Welcome back to the GSL. I'm Tasteless, and with me is Artosis. Jelizer's so good. I don't care about this game. Jelizer's so good. I can't get over how awesome that was.
Yeah.
Great interview, too. But even though I don't want to talk about it, we have to talk about it. Today we have Guardian against YuGiOh, and YuGiOh is New Dawn. Thank you. Yeah, so we got an interesting matchup here. ZVZ. Artosis, what do you think?
Well, I'm very interested to see what strategies you guys are going to go for. We've seen a lot of times that non-name Zerg vs. Zerg players have no clue how to play ZVZ. We've seen that time and time again.
That is true.
It takes some of the top guys, like S-class guys, normally to actually show us, okay, these are actual strategies. Sometimes these lower guys, they're like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get speedlings and roaches on one base, then make a hatchery. And it's like, no, dude, like that's not ZVZ actually. You should just lose. But then their opponent does something even dumber and they win. And I'm like, I guess I look dumb because they both should have lost.
Tough life you have, Artosis. Not everybody can do it. So, we are going to have our first player here, Guardian.
So next Guardian in Season 2's round of 32. He took out pre-DSL 2-0 and then lost to Lean Boyu 2-0. And, well, he just gave up in Season 3. He was supposed to go against Marine King Prime.Lee. This guy has changed his name. I'm trying to think of what it was last time. It was, he was Suoshin. That's it. It's Suoshin.
Oh, it just came to you.
It just came to me.
It's not like we have Jay telling us our ears. So we got this Zerg guy. I have no idea who's actually going to be the favorite here, Artosis. I really don't know.
I would go with Slayer's YuGiOh.
Think so?
Yeah. New Dawn. I mean, he took out Into the Rainbow, so that's pretty big. And he's in Slayer's, which means Slayer's Boxer's like, all right, you can wear my tag. But to be fair, he renamed himself into YuGiOh, so that's a strike against him, Tasteless.
I would not have the guts to name myself YuGiOh.
No.
We're going to have fun with this name, Artosis.
Yeah, I wish that I had watched or played more YuGiOh so I would have more humorous things to say. Of course, we all know about the trap card. And some of us know about...
I was going to make a trap card joke.
All right.
Oh.
Well, no, you can still do it. Don't worry.
No, it won't be as
I don't
good.
think this part is actually attached to the VODs every time. So.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, so people who are watching this not live may get
They don't get to see that.
I don't think so. I'm not completely sure, but I don't think so. Anyways,
so
give it a try and we'll see.
In a minute here, we're going to introduce the maps. ZVZ map location doesn't actually impact. Well, I should say, like, whatever map you're in, it doesn't really mean you're going to be in, one guy's in a good position, the other guy's in a bad position.
Yeah.
Unlike Terran vs. Terran, which that can happen. So, on the map screen, we have
Blistering Sands, Steps of War, and Zelnaga Caverns. Next, Guardian took out Jungle Basin. Slayer's YuGiOh took out Lost Temple. In a ZVZ, you took out Lost Temple? It's like the most standard map there is. I'm so confused.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why you dropped Lost Temple.
You can probably activate his trap card more easily on the other maps.
I have no idea. Maybe he just, for whatever reason, felt more comfortable on those other maps. I have no idea. Normally we see them eliminate maps that require, a little bit weirder play, like Delta Quadrant.
Yeah.
It's easy to get Lings up your ramp, and that back expansion, what role should that play exactly? It's kind of tough to say. So I don't know. I mean, we'll see. Zerg vs. Zerg can be one of the shorter matchups in StarCraft 2.
Yeah, it
just
can
like
be pretty
StarCraft 1.
fast.
It's not ridiculously short like StarCraft 1. We never know, though. I mean, the game's continuing to evolve.
Yeah. ZVZs can go quite long, but both players really have to know what they're doing. Normally, someone's just like, no, I should be able to kill him, and they just go, and that triggers the end of the game, because when you really butt heads in ZVZ, normally it ends the game.
Yeah.
But, two really high-level players just playing a practice game on the ladder may oftentimes, because they have so many infestors each, just not attack each other, max out, and be like, well, I don't know. I have all my mon and all my upgrades. I guess I'll go.
The countdown has begun, so get ready for some ZVZ action here. with these two players. We don't know who the favorite is. We're going to find out here with Tasteless and Tastosis at the GSL. In the red, we have our first Zerg player on the map, Blistering Sands. He is
Suoshin.
Oh, it still says Suoshin. Our papers changed in the Guardian. I guess that's what Suoshin means.
in the blue. We have our other Zerg player, named after a card game
Slayers YuGiOh.
And a cartoon.
and a cartoon. But I believe it was a card game first.
Yes. Yes, it was. You know why I don't like the cartoon, Tasteless? The ridiculous outfit that Yu-Gi-Oh wears is ridiculous even by anime standards.
You know,
and I like anime.
You know the thing about anime, and I'm probably gonna make at least a chunk of our demographic mad, but most anime is actually kind of bad. There is incredibly good anime out there.
Yeah, there is.
You know, there's some new stuff, the classics, Akira, Ghost in the Shell, but there's some bad anime out there.
I tell you,
Like,
Tasteless.
whoa, this is bad. Just because it was animated and made in Japan does not mean it's good.
I used to disagree with you on that. I used to watch every anime.
I did too. I did too because I was actually an anime guy back
Yeah.
in high school and early college. And then I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Some of this is actually just not good. You know?
All right.
All right, there I said it. All right.
Yeah, you did.
I got it off the table. All right. Discuss.
Discuss.
Some anime kids sitting there like, no.
All right, so Suoshin got his spawning pool and extractor at a very similar time. It looks right now like we're going to have Yu-Gi-Oh! Actually go for speedlings, and we may see roaches out of... Wow, Suoshin is going to make a hatchery after a somewhat late spawning pool followed by gas. If he tries to do that plus roach, that's a little bit crazy. That's like trying to do way too much at once.
Yeah, you want to be very careful in StarCraft. Just as Artosis mentioned, that's doing way too much at once. You want to be very careful.
Especially in a
because-
mirror matchup like this.
Yep. Okay, so he spots the hatchery. He's probably going to turn around before a queen can kill him. Or at least when he gets to this waypoint. Blistering Sands is a map that you're going to have to scout your opponent's main with Zerglings. Uh-oh. Banelings.
Yeah, and Suoshin is actually getting speed. So he's just going a much slower gas to get those extra minerals to make the hatchery. And he's going to have to go ahead and defend really, really well because obviously Banelings are going to own up his Zerglings like there's no tomorrow.
So this is going to be an interesting game here.
Could be tasteless.
Probably a short game. Since one player is going for an aggressive Baneling strat.
I feel like the Banelinger is going to have a pretty good chance here, Tasteless. Realistically, we're going to need to see a spine crawler from Suoshin, like now. Like actually more like 10 seconds ago.
Yeah, it's almost impossible to stop Banelings with Lings. Unless you could
Especially when
split
they're
them
slow.
perfectly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Kids, cover your eyes. Oh!
And Yu-Gi-Oh! Summons the Dark Magician. Absolutely destroys those Zerglings.
He has taken out so many Lings. Now the drones are vulnerable. And this is pretty good.
It is looking pretty hard for Suoshin.
This would have been a moment when I would have queued you've activated my trap card. Uh-oh! Oh, this is just total carnage.
Yeah, Suoshin probably going to leave the game any second now. No, actually, well, he may just try to sit there and defend, but it can't possibly last.
This is brutal. When you're in defense mode with your Banelings trying to stop their Banelings, it is hard.
It can be very hard, Tasteless. It's very stressful, too, because you're so close to your drones.
Uh-oh! GG.
And GG indeed, Tasteless. YuGiOh, showing why he is a dual master.
There you go, Artosis. You're owning with these jokes.
It's hard, man. I did not watch much Yu-Gi-Oh, and I never played the game.
It's tough, man.
Trying.
Well, that's okay. I'm sure there's a chunk of our audience that only watches anime that's probably just still shaking their fists at their computer screen screaming, but we can't hear you. No, seriously, that was an interesting opener. It actually looked a lot like Zerg vs. Zerg right when the game came out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it did. That's
Not, neither of them went for strategies that were some of these newer age ones where it's like, well, I'm going to at least get to mid-game. It was tight countering, so
yeah,
we're going to see.
Really, if you want to go for like pool gas hatchery, you should get a spine crawler. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense not to get that spine crawler.
It is hard on blistering sands because of the back door. I mean, the rocks in the back.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it's not as hard. It's not as hard as it is in some matchups like PvZ. But we have no more time to talk because the game is starting. So get ready for some sick action here at the GSL.